All right, so we have a very exciting call, a fun call today with a good friend and an amazing new technology, new products that are coming out in quantum nutrition with Angie, aka Food Goddess 50. And Angie, welcome back to our show. Welcome back to our podcast. How you doing?
Sean, I'm so happy and excited to be here again with you today. This is so exciting. With quantum nutrition, what this is all about, and I'm really excited to share.
Actually, really an amazing product. It's an amazing story. And this is really where the future goes. Yes, because, in addition to all the great technology, we also need, fantastic nutrition to give the body the cells and all the tools that they need to function and stay healthy and live longer and all these different things. And with this quantum nutrition, I know you don't know the entire story, but I've sat through a couple of the podcasts now and it's actually really quite amazing. Do you want to jump in and talk a little bit about how the quantum nutrition started and kind of what the background of this is?
Absolutely. Yeah. So I started taking this in February, by the way, and it's changed my life forever, and I'll never stop taking it. But quantum nutrition is by quantum physics, and I'm not the expert in that. However, I do know that it raises frequency in the blood, and frequency is the all-time healer. And we are electrical human beings. We thrive on the earth, with the electrical magnetic field. And so this is actually raising the charge in the blood. And so this comes back, say, 50 years ago in Europe. In fact, the royals actually took this, that it was known as something different because it all stems from plant molecules. And they took a whole bunch of these molecules and they studied them, and they kind of figured out the top ones that would do the most benefit to the human body. And they had thousands of molecules, and they narrowed it down to 44 top plants on their top molecules. So these molecules actually get into the bloodstream and alkalize it. So we're taking all dirty blood, which is all the pollution, all the things, the parasites, the fungus, the mold, the yeast, the metals, all these things that have been in our blood forever, is going to be pushed out because it opens circulation, microcirculation, and then cleans it out. So we're seeing a lot of these chronic health conditions just disappearing. So life is in the blood. And I'm really excited because it just has helped so many people with so many different things. And I know you know a lot about it too, with the more of the history part. What did you gather when you were listening to them speak about it?
So basically, the story is like you said, 50 years ago, some of the wealthiest people in Europe said, "Hey, we want to create something that's going to help us live longer and live healthier." And these were people where money was of no, like they didn't, there was no worry at all about what the cost of that would be. And so they hired these teams of people to go in and do this research, like you said, and they gathered 1,000 of what they found to be the most beneficial plants on the earth. And
Mhm.
from that, and then like you said, breaking them down, getting into all of it, they found that out of those 1,000 plants, there was 44 that were just absolutely over the top with the value what they could add. And then what they did is they broke down those 44 plants and found all these microbes or all these different ingredients within the plants and then separated all those out. And so this became sort
Amazing.
of a culmination of all of these top 44 plants that was
Mhm.
done over the course of 50 years once again. I mean, that's the thing is that this whole thing did not really just come out last week, last month. This was
No.
something that actually that they spent 10, 20, 30 years in the development phase and the testing phase, which actually was also quite interesting that they, really didn't try to rush this through. They really wanted to do it right. And so, now here we are almost 50 years later, and these products are being basically released to the general public. But this is the most cutting edge state of the art nutritional type products that are available right now. So, it's exciting for me. I know with your background, you get all these leading companies that reach out to you and say, Angie, please take a look at this. But this has really been a game changer. And I think, Angie, one of the things about this also are the before and after stories and the thousands and thousands of stories that are now, basically documented with people using these products and really seeing phenomenal impact on their lives.
Exactly. And, the mentor I had, the person that really got me into it, her name is Care. She's above me. And she started taking it, was out of a wheelchair in 2 months and reversed her heart disease, has clean blood, plaque is gone. So it's not things that they're promising or claiming, that things are just already happened. So I think that is really incredible that we have something that on the market that's like this. And I've never seen anything like it. And we're going to God's garden, strictly plants, non-GMO, actually grown in the Mediterranean, and clean, clean soil, no chemicals. And that's pretty good. And then how this works, this is I Hercules. So they have this, the cream, and then patches. So it's three ways of getting, raising the frequency into the blood. And the I Hercules, I'll demonstrate 4 sprays 3 times a day. And it's that one's actually empty. And you can see there's the serum, those are the molecules. So it's bioavailable. Going into the bloodstream, we're bypassing the stomach and we're raising that frequency in the blood. And we are all full of acid in the blood from our food, from the environment, all the things out there. So this is kind of like reversing and helping to alkalize the blood. So I find that fascinating with all the research that I've done prior to this company, how that does that. Excuse me, just by our plants. So to me, I feel like this is something. And I've been seeing all the testimonies. They have a Sunday night Zoom, like 700 people get on there, and like 20, 30 testimonies every Sunday, and they're all so amazing. Just by investing in our health, what a major difference this is doing for everyone, including pets. So I'm not sure if you know, but they have something called liquid gold too for children under 21. And then they have iHercules that helps pets too. So they're putting on the pet food and that kind of thing. And I thought, wow, it's helping their coat and helping with their symptoms as well. But it's amazing to see all of the results and all of the testimonies, and people are so excited. It's actually turning gray hair to regular hair and minusing the wrinkles, helping with burns and regrowth of a lot of things. This cream is so clean. It's called I Revive, that you could actually take some and swallow it. That's how clean this is. And this is helping with wrinkles, burns, rashes, so many things. And that's amazing too. So, and then the patches are so many different types for so many different types of people with whatever they have going on. And
Yeah.
there's a lot to know, a lot to know. And by the way, with the patch, you wear it on the left side of the body above the waist, 3 days on, and then you take it off and then you do another 3 days. So you get month worth every time you get them. And they're amazing. I want the electronic chatter because you and I are both on our phones and computers all the time. And we could get that, put it on the left side of our body, and now we're not absorbing those EMFs. We've got
Is
the
that
frequency
that's from the
patch.
electric patch?
Yeah, electronic chatter, it's called.
Wow.
That's the next one I'm getting to put on the left side of the body so that we're no longer absorbing the EMFs into our body when we're on our phone and computer by wearing that patch. It's amazing.
Wow. That is amazing. I'm
Mm,
not sure. Oh, there we go. Am I coming back in? But that's really amazing. And Angie, I want to just circle back and say, we're not making any medical
right.
claims. The product is not meant to cure, treat, or heal any disease. And if you have a health issue, consult a medical professional. With all that being said, but the other part of it that I really love is that there is a ton of documentation. And that's the part of it for me where I see all these stories. Now, we were talking about the cream, and at one of the Zooms, there was pictures before and after of some fingers, and this person had either had portion of their fingers crushed or cut off or something, and within 3 or 4 months, they had not only like their fingers were growing back, and not only were they growing back, but they had nails again, so you
Mhm.
could see where they had lost that. And then that came back. It's like, wow, that's really amazing. And is there something to now with the cream, and because you're the expert, and I'm kind of getting new to this, but isn't the cream have something tied in with stem cells?
Yes, all three products are. It's raising the stem cells. So after age 60, we lose our stem cells and we can't get access. But when we take these, it's kind of reactivating them again. So to me, that's amazing because a lot of people in the past have gone to different countries to get stem cells, stem cell transplants or whatever. But we can actually get it through quantum nutrition. We are actually just giving our blood and our body what it needs to thrive. So when we do the cream, the spray, and the patches, we're getting back our body. Basically, we're getting the stem cells back in, go back to homeostasis, and get into where we needed to be a long time ago. Clear out the dirty blood to clean blood. In fact, I have a picture here. Dirty blood here, clean blood after 4 months of quantum. So you can see the difference of me being dirty blood 4 years ago at DMV, and then 4 months after quantum, how the skin is so light. And that is bringing back life under the blood because when we're dark like that, we have dirty blood. So you'll see your own before and after how big that is.
Wow.
It's amazing.
That's that is amazing.
Mhm.
That is
Yeah.
amazing.
I just love it because not only can you see it appearance wise, but you feel it. You feel so good. And it ages the body back 20, 30 years, which is huge. We don't know anything on the market that's that long. We know other things are like 5 to 10, 15 years, but not 20 to 30. So we've got 85-year-olds with her regular hair growth, the gray is gone, and no wrinkles. She's got blonde hair and she's running up and down the stairs at 85. I mean, that's what we're seeing. So it's kind of like these seniors are getting another start in life instead of sitting around playing bingo. They're just they're active. And that's to me is amazing. We needed something like this for sure.
Yeah, that's actually, when they talk about the whole development of the product, that's what the elites were looking for was something that would give them extra long life and extra healthy life. And that was really the basis of, why this all kind of got going. Obviously, there's a whole host of other benefits that come with getting high density nutritional things put in the body. The stem cells is really a big issue though, because like you said, as you start decreasing the activation of stem cells, the aging process increases exponentially. And so if you can start getting the stem cells back into you, and then along with all the other nutrition, it really does have that anti-aging. What's the name of the gal that runs those podcasts that we've been on?
Hair. So Care, trying to think of her last name, Care and Josh. It's a mom and son are really high up in the company and they have the Sunday night Zooms. But don't forget linlive.com, LYNLIVE.com. You can actually see daily webinars there too. And then every Sunday night that we have the Zoom from Karen Josh, which I'm sure I'll send to you to give to your people so they can come in and see those every week. And then I have one August 13th at 12, my last one with Karen Josh. You can invite your people on if they would like to come on and see what they have to say because they're very knowledgeable with the company because they've been with them for a very long time, both of them. So we can connect and I can give you their information so your following can see. And then there's also Lynn, LYN evolution.com and then LYN toxictruth.com. Those are two videos on Vimeo that explain a lot about the company too. They're really helpful info.
Yeah, it's really exciting because there's so much right now in the world of anti-aging and biohacking and all
Yeah.
these different sciences. But this product here for me has definitely been one of the most exciting ones that I've seen that's come out in probably the last
Mhm.
5, 6 years, maybe longer.
Yeah.
And once again, it's a product that had 50 years of formulation and 50 years of research. So, if anybody out there is interested and you want to get more information, the best thing to do is to contact us and then get on the Zooms. So I'm going to put the information down below, because these Zoom meetings with these people that are really deep into the heart of it can really not only give you a lot more in-depth information, but you can ask questions through the chat and you can see these testimonials. And every call has got more and more and more people on it. And Angie, I always liken your blood to the motor oil of a car. And,
Hmm.
if the motor oil in the car is bad, the car is eventually, the motor's gonna go. And that means, the same with your blood in your body. If your body is not, you know, got good quality blood, and the blood is really always in every disease, it's a foundational breakdown of the blood being dirty. That's usually a byproduct of the cause of most root diseases. And so for something that goes in and cleanses the blood, and then all the other benefits with the wellness and anti-aging and all those other things kind of get included into it. It's a pretty exciting product.
Exactly. I mean, we've never known in our history, I've never known my history of what we've learned that all we had to do was clean our blood. We open the circulation, then microcirculation, which is the tiny vessels, and then we plow through it. We clean it out. And then that fresh blood, which is red blood cell, cycle is 120 days. We have that complete blood upgrade after 4 months in 12 bottles. So I always recommend the 9 bottle package just because that's what you want to clean your blood. And you don't want to mess around with 1 or 2 bottles. You got to do the whole thing if you want to do it right and get the auto ship with it so you can get your 12 bottles for complete blood upgrade after 4 months. That's where you want to be, because then you'll have a brand new journey, brand new life. I mean, if you imagine fresh blood, clean blood going through all the organs, the brain, the heart, and people, that's why people are like, oh, I don't have this or that, or weaning off meds. Of course, we're not doctors, can't make that claim, but that's what we're seeing. And so there's a lot of people are so happy and just kind of have a new life, and I'm so happy to be part of it. I'm glad you're part of it because I don't see anything that's bigger than this.
No, and Angie, also just to circle back for anybody that's watching that might not be familiar with Angie and her background. Angie, you're a former nurse, and you had issues with autoimmune, and you basically said, I'm going to go figure this out, and I'm going to find holistic ways to basically cure myself of these conditions, which you did. But when it comes to health, nutrition, and everything else, you're a person that's really dove in deep and really made this like a personal lifetime quest and career. And so when you kind of come to me and talk about this, your expertise, your knowledge, and your background is actually amazing. So, that's another part of it that I just want to throw out. Angie has a huge following. So, and a lot of people on our channel probably have seen you in other videos that we've done together.
Yeah.
But, for anybody out there that might just be catching this and might not be familiar, you really do have a quite an amazing background in this type of nutritional supplement. And
Well, I was going to say thank you so much, Sean. I found you one day, I think on YouTube, and we've been good friends ever since. And yeah, I was a nurse of 20 years. I was sick for 30 years. I started kind of saying, wait a minute, why did I get 5 autoimmune? What happened? So I started researching big time. I probably researched now for 10 years on the health, the human body, how we get sick, how do we get better, what makes us sick. So I do have a lot of knowledge in that because I pay attention. I know what's in our food. We got to pay attention to our food. Like I just know clean water and like all these things that matter instead of just, okay, let's go here and get a pill and do, whatever. So I am definitely one of those that thinks out of the box and researches everything and very thorough with that. I'm a health coach today, help people. So we can get to the root of the issue. And so I think that this is my top company right now and it's blowing everybody away. I get calls all day for quantum nutrition, the eye Hercules and the eye revive and then the eye patches. So I definitely think it's worth looking at. Yeah.
awesome. It's super exciting. I love seeing that we've got all these amazing things now that are coming in that are really advanced, with the technology, and as society advances also is our nutrition and our supplements and the products, the creams, and all these other things now that we're getting. And I'm just going to finish off saying one more thing, and I'll throw it back to you. But I've worked with people that are deep into the stem cell industry. And the stem
Mhm.
cell thing, when they pull stem cells and they run them through a centrifuge and re-inject them and they go through all that,
Mhm.
from one clinic that I've know people at, those run basically 5 to 10 grand
Mhm.
per, like
Expensive.
per, yeah, they're
Yeah.
they're very expensive.
Yeah.
And when you're bringing that into your body, first off, just to even elaborate on that more, from one of the doctors that ran one of those stem cell clinics, he said that you can inject the stem cells into the area of rehab, but if your body determines that they're needed and they're more important somewhere else, they're going to go somewhere else. And
Mhm.
so, even though you're injecting them into an area that you're trying to rehab, if there's other parts of the body that need it more, they're going there. But if you're basically bringing stem cells into the body through these various products, then it's immediately going to go to the areas that are going to have the highest need. But eventually, then it does affect the skin, the hair, and all those other things that go with it. And so, being on a regular regimen where you're bringing that into your body and giving your body what it needs to basically stay in perfect health or homeostasis, that to me
Mhm.
is super exciting because number one, the value of that is amazing for long life, longevity, but your body at that point then is getting what it needs to keep things from getting too out of hand with parts that might actually really need stem cells and other types of rejuvenation.
Yeah, and stem cells is longevity. Like it's going to help people live longer. It's helping people to go back to their youth. It's what we've been missing. It's also the lines of life force energy, like what we're into with frequency. It's all together and helping with the mitochondria. So, I mean, we are losing the stem cells as we age, and now we have something that can help bring it back and activate our own instead of trying to get them from other things. So, I think that's really really important for all of us. And I think it's working for a lot of people. I'm saying, "Wow, I look better, I feel better, I'm doing better," and living their best life. That's my mission: living my best life and teaching everybody else to live their best life. So, I think it's amazing.
I love that. It's super exciting. So, Angie, what I'm going to do, and you tell me if this is okay, I'm just going to put down below my email address. Anybody that's watching this video that's interested, just send me an email, put in Quantum Nutrition. What we'll do is we'll send you links to the Zooms. You can jump on, get more information on this amazing product. And I can't guarantee it, but we might be able to do questions and answers with Angie herself if you
Yeah.
have questions, because we've got the access to reach out to Angie and bring people in. So with all that being said, Angie, thank you so much for your time. Before we end this call though, is there any last things that you'd like to say before we call it a show?
You have the power to change anything you want. It's up to you. And you can live your best life. And absolutely, I'll come back for Q&A. And I think that the more people that know this, the more people that are going to feel so good and just live their best life. So check into it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Angie, Food Goddess 50, thank you so much. You're amazing. It's great to see you again. I'm super excited. My quantum, it should be here any day. I ordered it about a week ago. I'm super excited. I will be doing my sprays and I'll probably be doing that on our video logs. So I'm excited to get this whole thing going. Thank you for your time today. Stay with me. I'm going to go ahead and end the podcast, but looking forward to talking to you again soon.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.
Sir?